You see it quivering? It's
the
like
temptation.
alive. There's some energy in it.
Yeah.
You see that? That's
They're beautiful.
Dooku energy. If we could only harness that, monetize that.
Let's monetize it, Adam.
Let's monetize. We're all about monetizing Dooku's, the Dukes of Dooku's.
Can we swear?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Fucking good Dooku, man.
Is it strange that when I look at certain fruit, I find myself a bit aroused? Almost like it's trying to seduce me. By overwhelming my senses. Like it wants to be devoured. Like we're meant to be together. Fruit tempts us with enlightenment. We've struggled to portray their beauty, crossed lands to find them, fought wars over them. But somewhere along the way, we stripped them of their power. Reduced to a still life, fruit has become predictable. Or has it?
My name's Young Chang,
My name's Adam Goldner.
and we are the Fruit Hunters.
We're the hunters of the fruit hunters. We're the people who write and make movies about the fruit hunters.
The thing about fruit collecting is that there's no end. And if you have friends overseas and they'd give me a call tomorrow, I'm on the plane to France.
Before long, it became an obsession, and I was no longer a normal person.
It blossomed into a full-time case of insanity.
Oh man, you know, when I started out in this whole thing, I was just like, I'm a filmmaker. I love to eat. I like food. I'm gonna, you know, I've just come off this movie called China Heavyweight, which was a film that actually came out at the same time as Fruit Hunters, but China Heavyweight was, you know, human drama, boxing, blood, sweat, and tear kind of movie. And I didn't want to deal with that. I wanted something happy and inspiring. And Adam and I both discovered, I think, that fruit is inspiring. It's like they're sculptural and they're beautiful. And it was like this sort of idea that using fruit as a source of imagination, where could we take it? Where could I take it as a filmmaker?
Do you remember the first time you had one of these? I remember the first time I had one. It's when I had a house party and I asked people to bring a special rare fruit. A guy I went to high school with brought one of these and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that he'd found something like this. And I asked him where he found it and he said Chinatown. I remember bringing it to an editor at this magazine and saying, I want to write about this and where it came from, and I want to go find more of these.
It's an excellent pitch.
They did end up sending me to Hawaii, where I met Ken Love, who became one of the stars of the film.
Exactly.
All because of this, in Montreal's Chinatown.
The key thing about when you're approaching a documentary film is you need to find the right subjects. You need to find characters. And in documentary, I think a lot of the terminology we use is similar to feature filmmaking. We're casting, we're looking for characters, we're looking for storylines and narrative arcs.
The fruit world is a world of, it's the marketplace.
Yeah.
Before the stock market,
It was the fruit market.
It was the fruit market. It's where people were executed publicly. It was where justice was dealt out.
Exactly. Shall we go to this one here?
Yeah, let's do it.
One of the biggest challenges that I had, and one of the biggest questions that I had was, do these fruit hunters actually exist?
This is perfect. There's like, right in front of us, there's like five things that we got to pick up.
This is so much better.
The best thing is that they have durian. Durian is considered the stinkiest fruit in the world. Adam, you described it in your book as like eating your favorite ice cream while sitting on the toilet.
Yeah.
So I hit the road on a research trip and I went to Hawaii and I met with Ken Lum, the fruit guru of Hawaii, and he knows anything about fruit.
These are picked. These are cut off the tree. You see the stems? In Borneo, that would be a no-no. You would never eat that. That's Thai style. In Borneo, it has to fall and crack open on the floor, and then you eat it. You hear the thud through the forest, and you go.
Best fruit I ever ate. You know, people ask that question, like, what's your favorite fruit? The favorite fruit is the one you eat that you were invited to eat in someone's backyard, like a freshly fallen durian, which I'll never forget, in the backyard of a Balinese woman's house. It was delicious.
I then went to Miami and I met with the Rare Fruit Council International and a collection of members who ranged from, backyard hobbyists to amateur gardeners to adventurers, fruit hunters who like to travel the world.
It's such a rookie question. What's your favorite fruit?
Yeah, it is a rookie question. It's not about the favorite fruit. It's about that moment, right? You're searching for that eternal unknown moment, as you describe in your book.
It's about entering the eternal now.
The eternal now.
And then I found Richard Campbell and Maurice Ledesma. To me, they're like the Indiana Joneses of fruit hunting. Their life's mission is to collect and cultivate and conserve rare varieties of fruit. There's a statistic that every day, a variety is lost. And you'll never ever get to find that or taste that again. So that really kickstarted the journey. There's a story there. I can use these fruit hunters like Maurice and Richard and follow a mission, and follow them as they search for something.
Now this is a fantastic fruit called the mangosteen.
The queen of fruits.
The queen of fruits, and that's the king of fruits.
Yes,
the durian is considered the king. This is the queen. I could eat all of this in one sitting. I'm sure that's what we need to do today.
A sitting. That's what happens with fruit hunters. They have sitting.
That's what happens when we get together. I think we, fruit and Adam, it becomes a bit of a orgiastic experience.
Something you need when you're on the hunt is a good dagger or blade to cut through the depths of a jungle.
You get fruit and people that love fruit together, and it's going to be wild. It's going to be unforgettable.
Shall we?
Yeah.
One of the challenges with trying to adapt Adam's book was that he did so vividly and eloquently describe the taste and flavor of fruit. And because cinema is such a visual landscape, I think many people were concerned, would it translate? When people are eating fruit, would we be able to get what it means to the intricacies of the flavor of something? What Patrick is about to do is what happened to me while I was making the film.
Oh man.
Which is, the fruit hunter cannot help but to pass you the fruit. And while you're shooting, you can't help but want to just take it, even though you're in the middle of a potentially perfect shot. Look at that, hand in front of camera, shaking a little bit.
Yeah, quivering from the anticipation.
That is the Dooku moment.
How fucking good is that?
Oh my God, it's so good.
The Dukes of Dooku's.
Holy shit.
A third way through making the movie, I started noticing that I didn't always want to have the cameras around me. That oftentimes I wanted to be alone with the fruit and the people that had the fruit, and I wanted to just eat the fruit. And that's when I started realizing that innate connection, that fruit hunter connection, was coming out of me.
You ready for another moment of civility in the midst of barbarism on all sides? Oh my God! Oh my God! Fuck! There's something about that sight that's definitely a bit boner-inducing. When you have a really good fruit, it almost makes you feel like you're lying down for a second. You feel reverential. Like I better have some respect for the fact that nature produced this. Because what is that?
They're beautiful. Sculpture. Fruit hunters have arrived.
Oh, my dad's here.
Oh yes, perfect. Let's get him in on this.
Here.
How you doing?
How are you?
Very well.
Pretty good.
I think half the battle is getting people to see these things. Because they can't imagine them. That's the first thing. You can't imagine them.
Look at that.
Come
It's
on.
magical.
Come on.
Wow.
Have you had a durian before?
No.
All right, well, perfect timing.
That's opening up.
That's opening right up. Oh my God.
It's
Straight
right.
through it.
It is really right.
Oh, it's right.
Oh my God.
Smell that funk?
It
That
smells-
smell that
Ready?
jungle funk?
Splitting the durian.
It's got jungle funk in her.
I'm gonna split her open here.
Split
Oh,
that open.
God. The second thing is to get them to taste it. Because if you taste these things, you're sold. You get it. You're like, oh my God.
Wow. It's
What do you
like
think?
fried ice cream or something. You know?
There we go, yeah,
I like it a
yeah.
lot. It's got a fried taste.
Isn't it funky?
Yeah.
It is amazing.
amazing.
It's genius.
And it's so soft. It's so.
It's custardy.
Wow, it's like custard.
It's one of the old philosophical problems of how do you describe a sense to somebody who hasn't experienced it empirically for themselves. Like, you really can't describe the taste of a pineapple to somebody. You have to eat the pineapple.
The tragedy of fruit consumption in North America is often that you go to the supermarket, for example, and all you find are the common varieties of the 5 things, you know, the apple, the pear, the banana. If you really want to blow up the issue, it's sort of like humans have gotten so good at making fruit so perfect, right? Because it is this collaboration, this cooperation between fruit and human, where we created and crafted fruit and, you know, made it taste better, look better, brighter, more colorful. But as a result, we've sort of created this, saturated this world of fruit, so that all you have are just 5 varieties of the perfect fruit that doesn't taste right. But fruit, it really isn't about that. Fruit is all about, you know, this kind of thing, this platter of unusual tastiness that you can't find anywhere else. Like there's a problem where I think at the source of it all, we've forgotten what it means to be fruit hunters, because we all have it in our hearts. You know, it's sort of we're wired to be fruit hunters, and I think maybe something we do in the movie and in your book is try to find that reconnection, to be able to open up that locked away innate, you know, connection that we have with appreciating fruit. May the fruit be with you.
Always.
That's perfect.